Why some spirits stay behind.
A spiritual investigation. What binds a soul to the world it has left?
What if the afterlife isn't just about moving on, but about being unable to let go?
Some spirits, it seems, never leave. They linger in the invisible corners of our world, in the rooms they once loved, in the echoes of conversations long ended, in the memories we still carry like unspoken prayers. But why? Why do some souls stay behind while others cross peacefully into light? The truth, as revealed by spiritual researchers, mediums, and near-death survivors, isn't about punishment or fear. It's about emotion, energy, the frequency of attachment itself.
A sudden death can be a shock, through trauma or guilt or love.
There you are. I was worried.
It's starting to rain.
They see the world, but the world doesn't see them. They shout, but no one hears.
Chloe? Hey! What's wrong? You're scaring me! Please! Talk to me! What happened? Why are you crying?
They exist in a loop of memory and emotion, believing they are still alive.
These are not hauntings, not like the stories tell us. These are souls trapped by love.
When a person dies suddenly, through trauma, guilt, or unfinished love, their consciousness can remain magnetized to the physical plane. They see the world, but the world doesn't see them. They shout, but no one hears. They exist in a loop of memory and emotion, believing they are still alive. These are not hauntings, as pop culture tells us. These are souls trapped by love, pain, or disbelief. What is more haunting isn't it the ghost than it is the reason they are still here. And sometimes they don't even know they're dead. Imagine waking up every day, thinking it's just another morning, only to realize centuries have passed. This investigation begins there, between dimensions, where consciousness lingers and love becomes both prison and key. If a spirit doesn't know it's dead, how can it ever be free? One of the most mysterious findings in spiritual studies is that belief shapes reality, even beyond death. When a soul refuses to accept its transition, the afterlife bends around that denial.
If a spirit doesn't know it's dead, how can it ever be free?
The final barrier is not existence. It is the failure of awareness.
What follows is an illusion, a self-created echo of life. The house looks the same, the loved ones seem near, but something's missing. Time doesn't flow, doors don't open, conversations fade into static. The spirit lives inside a dream of its own making. Rescue mediums describe these souls as frozen in thought. They continue routines, unaware that their world is no longer shared by the living. But here where it gets fascinating. When someone on Earth feels them, remembers them intensely, cries for them, calls their name, that emotion becomes a signal, a light in the fog. It's through that bond that rescue teams, human and spiritual, can reach them. Sometimes a departed parent stays close, not out of fear, but out of love, waiting until their child is strong enough to move on. Other times it's guilt or regret keeping them chained. But you know what's beautiful? You can help. By releasing your grief with love, by forgiving, by sending peace instead of pain, you guide them toward the light. Before we continue, take a deep breath. If you've ever felt a presence, gentle and familiar, maybe it wasn't imagination. Maybe it was someone you love saying, "I'm still here." Tell us in the comments below. Have you ever experienced that? And if this resonates with your soul, subscribe to Spirits in the Material World. Together, we explore where consciousness and love never end.
What if the ones we call lost are actually waiting for us? Here's the twist no one expects. Sometimes the spirits aren't stuck. Who are you? Stay away! They remain because they choose to. They are not stuck, they are serving.
What happened?
These are the helpers. The helpers. An invisible rescue network. They comfort the newly departed, guiding them toward the light. You are safe now. I will guide you home. Some died in tragedy, turning their pain into compassion. It's okay.
What if the ones we call lost are actually waiting for us? Here's the twist no one expects. Sometimes the spirits that stay behind aren't stuck. They're serving. They remain, not because they can't move on, but because they choose not to. At least not yet. These are the helpers, souls who have become part of the invisible rescue network between worlds. They comfort the newly departed, guide those in confusion, and prepare them for light. Some are ancestors, some are healers, some, astonishingly, are souls who died in tragedy but turned their pain into compassion. In one documented case, a firefighter who died saving others now assists souls lost in fires and disasters, appearing as light in smoke, a calm presence amid chaos. These are not legends. They are testimonies of consciousness refusing to die. And here's the final revelation. When you speak of your loved one with gratitude, when you tell their story, you strengthen that light. Memory itself becomes a bridge between worlds. Love is the most advanced technology of the soul. So tonight, if you feel the air change, don't fear. Whisper a thank you. You might just be answering someone who never left your side. If this story touched you, share your experience with our community below. What do you believe happens when love refuses to die? We read every comment, every story, because this channel isn't just about life after death. It's about continuing the conversation between worlds. Subscribe if you haven't already, not just to follow us, but to join something luminous, human, and eternal. Because here, in Spirits in the Material World, consciousness never ends.
This video is intended for spiritual and educational purposes only. It does not promote fear, superstition, or religious dogma.